This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Hunt still on for alleged drug trafficker. Law enforcers are still on the hunt for one of 5 men targeted in anti-narcotics operations by joint police military teams in St. James and St. Andrew Wednesday morning. The operations, which began shortly before 5 a.m., included personnel from the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, and the U.S. Marshals Service. One of the targeted men was arrested at Charlemont Avenue, St. Andrew, and the 3 others in Montego Bay, St. James. MOCA says 2 were arrested on extradition warrants from the U.S. The news has learned that a 5th target was not found when his house was raided. However, a person of interest who was at the premises was taken into custody for questioning. In a media release yesterday evening, MOCA disclosed that the team in St. Andrew discovered approximately US $40,723, Canadian $29,190, and the Jamaican $530,750, a licensed Glock firearm with 132 live rounds, 19 cellular phones, 28 SIM cards, and a number of other evidentiary material. In Montego Bay, detectives reportedly seized the US $6,785, 11 cellular phones, and a BMW motor car. MOCA says that the 4 suspects are expected to be charged shortly. Port worker hit by bus on Marcus Garvey Drive. A 65-year-old man was hit by a Toyota Coaster public passenger bus while reportedly waiting to cross a section of Marcus Garvey Drive in Kingston on Wednesday. He has been transported to hospital. The extent of his injury is not known. The 65-year-old man was reportedly on his way home when he was run over, eyewitnesses say. The man is an employee of the Kingston Freeport Terminal Limited. Firefighter charged with gun-related offenses. 24-year-old Jordan Gabidon, a firefighter of Oral Way, Nannyville Gardens in Kingston 3, is scheduled to face the court following an incident in his community on Friday, July 8. Gabidon was charged with shooting with intent, illegal possession of firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, and malicious destruction of property. Reports from the Halfway Tree Police are that about 9:15 p.m., a team of officers from the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch were conducting operations in the area when they gathered intelligence about a group of men who were traveling in a Toyota Mark X motor car. The motor car was intercepted on Colonel Harris Path in Kingston 3. 2 men were fatally shot in an ensuing confrontation with the police team when they reportedly exited the vehicle and opened gunfire at the lawmen. The Toyota Mark X motor car was later searched and the following items were seized: 2 P80 pistols, 1 Glock 17 pistol, 3 empty magazines, 17 9mm cartridges, 2 Apple iPhones, and 1 Samsung cellular phone. Investigators are still working to formally identify the deceased men. However, they are believed to be 27-year-old Orrin Lee, otherwise called Indian or Pablo, and Prince Davis, a 26-year-old painter. Investigators believe the men are from Nannyville Gardens, Kingston 3. Gabidon, who managed to escape the scene, turned himself into the police and was pointed out on an identification parade on Monday, July 18. He was later charged following a question-and-answer interview. Female District Constable receives threats as Donna-lee Donaldson's disappearance drags on. A female district constable, who is the baby mother of a police officer who has been named as a person of interest in the disappearance of social media influencer Donna-lee Donaldson, has been receiving death threats. She is being threatened, the prominent attorney-at-law Oswest Senior Smith told the news. He said the death threats could have been triggered by a press conference held on Monday where the district constable's name was mentioned. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey revealed that the police have processed the cars of the missing woman's boyfriend and his baby's mother. The police did not disclose how the female district constable factored into the investigation, but disclosed that she had refused to participate in an interview. DCP Bailey informed the public, however, that a statement is a voluntary process. If someone who is closely connected to Ms. Donaldson heard certain comments made by the police high command, especially when it was put in a particular way, they would be given the impression that my client has something to hide and she is secreting information that they need to have to solve or crack this case, the attorney said. The lawyer said the threats have been issued via voice notes and social media to the district constable and her family. Senior Smith has advised his client and the members of her family to report the threats. Fake pages have been dogging and terrorizing the social media accounts of the district constable's family members. Senior Smith said he would be writing to the police high command about the statements being made in the public space which have endangered his client's good name and reputation. The police need to do a proper investigation and stop besmirching the name of my client in relation to this case. I heard a clipping where her surname was mentioned during the press conference and said she was the baby mother of. That is enough to identify her, and that was harmful to her reputation and her good name, Senior Smith said. Donaldson was reported missing on July 13. According to police reports, on July 11 about 10 p.m., Donaldson was picked up at her house by her boyfriend, Constable Noel Maitland, in a black BMW motor car to spend the night with him at an apartment located at the Chelsea Manor in Kingston. However, on July 12, Donaldson's mother, Sophia Logg, reported to police that she had not seen or heard from her daughter. Reports further indicated that Constable Maitland from the Content Spring Police Station, who is the father of a child for a district constable at the Halfway Tree Police Station, told the Logg that Donaldson left his apartment on Tuesday, July 12, sometime after 11 a.m. and has not been seen or heard from since. The police, who said they are treating the case as a high priority one, said Constable Maitland had issued a statement even though Donaldson's body has not been found. The police, especially at such a high level, really ought to do better than that. They should do meticulous investigations so they can be helpful. Those comments don't assist anyone at all. I can't imagine how those comments assisted the investigations they need to carry out, which are at a delicate stage, Senior Smith said. On Sunday, friends and relatives of Donaldson, who is a social media influencer, took to the streets of New Kingston showing images of her and demanding answers from the police about her disappearance. Protests continued on Wednesday in front of the Content Spring Police Station. Man killed days after brother's funeral. Just 3 days after burying his brother Shane Mackenzie, who was gunned down, Andre Young met a similar fate on Wednesday afternoon. The 34-year-old businessman was shot dead while driving his car, a silver Honda Stream, along the Rose Hall Main Road on the outskirts of Montego Bay. He had just left his house in Lilliput. The incident, which occurred just after 3 p.m., caused a buildup of traffic along the busy Rose Hall Main Road as police processed the scene. According to news sources, the incident took place in full view of tourists who were traveling the route. Several hotels are located in Rose Hall, and that road also leads to the Sangster International Airport. Family members who gathered at the scene wept openly. None of them were willing to be identified by name. The grieving mother of one of Young's 4 children told the news he was a family man and his offspring was the love of his life. "Him love gimmicks, so I don't know how this happened," one relative remarked. Others were too traumatized to speak. The female relative who spoke on behalf of the group said the family was still mourning the death of Young's older brother, Shane Mackenzie, who was buried on Saturday. "We just do a trip around the island to clear remain after Shane's funeral, only to see this happen," she lamented. Mackenzie was fatally shot on April 5 during an attack on a sports bar on Bobman Hill in the Lilliput community. 3 other men were injured during the incident. On Wednesday, the mother of both men, who was in Jamaica for Mackenzie's funeral, had to seek medical treatment after hearing the news that yet another of her sons had been fatally shot. The police have yet to provide a motive for the killing, but say investigations continue into the matter. Over 200 PPV operators ticketed in Portmore for road breaches. Some 202 public passenger vehicle operators were on Wednesday issued with traffic tickets during an enforcement operation in Portmore, St. Catherine. Further, license plates were removed from 40 vehicles for breaches of the Road Traffic Act. The operation, which was a collaboration between the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Island Traffic Authority, was conducted along Dawkins Drive in the municipality. The exercise saw motor vehicle examiners checking tire pressure and the condition and the brake systems, among other things. More than 400 vehicles were checked during the exercise. We are imploring the operators to comply with the law, as we have noticed the vehicles driving with multicolored flashing lights, excessive tints, and even broken windshields, said Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, head of operations for St. Catherine South Police Division. He said the operations will be ongoing. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.